Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Today we are connected with Mr. Sultan Mohammed Haq, who has graduated from IBA and he is working as the head of Group HR of Babylon Group. And he has long experience of working with many different organizations, including multinational organizations, as the head of HR. Today, Mr. Haq, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, thank you. So I'll not discuss many things with you today. Maybe we can discuss later. Today, I wanna know what are the functions you really carry out in your everyday operations as the head of HR of Babylon Group.
All right. Thank you so much for reaching out to me to connect with the practical field. Here in Babylon Group is a group having different production units and having a long legacy in the RMG sector. And Babylon Group has successfully launched many good practices in the industry, which has been the market examples, basically, particularly focusing on HR issues. Babylon Group believes in engaging people, believes in well-being of all the workers and staffs, and they do initiate programs that always are centered to taking care of our workers, particularly those who are operators and frontline soldiers, basically. So being in line with that philosophy, as the HR head, I need to ensure every day that our factories are running well with the settled mindset of the workers and operators and staffs, meaning that the workers, the level of economy they possess in, we need to consider their needs, their every kind of family needs and working hour and everything, because if they are settled in their family, they are settled in our workplace. So for that, we need to pay them on right time. We need to make sure that they are rightly paid. We need to recruit quality operators, as well as we need to recruit fresh operators as well. So we need to take care of their development and training. Because if we believe that only the good operators will be hired by the good companies, that will keep aside the fresh operators aside. So we have a large training center in-house in which any fresh worker or operator can come in and train themselves, and after that they get job opportunities here. And we need to ensure that they come on time. So whether they need any transportation support or whether their residents are in the proximity area, that we need to take care of while recruiting them. We need to ensure that they learn properly the techniques and processes, because without learning, they'll be pressured to do something and they will be underperformer. So this is a business interest as well, to ensure their performance level. At the same time, this is our responsibility to make sure that they learn properly. So their learning and development is our responsibility. On top of that, there are different needs. For example, we have different social programs. We have donation programs for them. We have medical camps for them. We have the programs to take care of their academic needs of their children. That means a stipend program and many other the awareness on sanitization, their personal hygiene factors and all that, so that they become an aware citizen of the country. They are not set aside from the society. They are very integral part of the society. So this is the worker level things that we need to take care of every day. Every day our recruitment process is going on, and every day we need to ensure their development. Every day we need to ensure their...
If I interrupt, Mr. Haq, for the workers, but theoretically we usually teach the students about the different functions. So for example, HR planning, job analysis, recruitment, selection.
Yeah.
Are these linked with your daily jobs?
Yes, of course. So I'm actually coming upwards from the lower part of the organization.
I see.
I mean, if I talk about the pyramid, then usually we start from the top, but here it's as the manufacturing industry. I'm starting from the people end. That means from the very bottom of the pyramid. So that was about the workers basically. Now to take care of them, we need to ensure that the workers have good supervisors, good leaders. I mean, the layer just above the worker level. Now they are trained by leadership qualities. We need to ensure that they have proper leadership qualities. We need to ensure that the supervisors and the managers have the proper planning ability to run the operation properly. So they are also at the front liner for running the operations basically. And gradually we come up to the mid-level. That means the department heads. The department heads are basically kind of comrades to run the show. So they need to have planning ability. They need to have proper skills and experience to take decisions to run the organization. And then coming to the top level, basically the decision-making layer of the organization, they are basically the strategic level of the organization. They need to see the future. They need to apprehend the risks coming up, as well as they need to apprehend the opportunities coming up. So from the HR point of view, I need to ensure that the different layers of the organization, the top layer, the mid layer, and the bottom layer. And we need to ensure that they work properly. We need to ensure that the right people are in place. That starts with the recruitment process. While hiring any person in the position, be this position is a CEO position or a department head or a worker. So we need to ensure that the skills required for that particular level is ensured during the hiring process. After hiring, we need to ensure that they are rightly placed in their workplace. They are rightly trained before putting in their workplace, or they are rightly groomed, or they are rightly oriented about the organization, depending on the need of the level. So after that, we need to take care of their development. There comes the HR development part. A person after being settled in their workstations, we need to ensure that what are the needs to develop that person's skills and qualities so that he or she can reach targets given by the organization. So we need to take care of the recruiting part, selection part, and there we need to take strategic calls by looking at the future, what kind of resources we need in the coming days. We just do not see today, because if today I hire a manager, I need to see that this manager will be a CEO maybe down the line 5 to 10 years. So we need to look after that qualities as well. After that, we need to take care of the development part of that individual person. Then coming to the operational part, that person needs a regular support from HR. Day-to-day many support required, including their salaries and everything, whether these are rightly dispersed, whether these are rightly taken care of, their travel and everything. So there is a part in the HR section that is operational section. Now there is another strategic department in HR, that is performance management department. The HR department actually takes care of the performance level of the organization. They need to ensure that whether the skill level are rightly placed, whether they need development or not, whether they need any focus or not. We need to talk to the we all talk to the department heads whether his or her team is properly focused to our targets. And we need to also ensure that whether the targets are given properly. In many organizations, we see that the KPIs are not distributed properly. The people do not know what are they doing and what is happening around. So we need to ensure that the top position of the organizations, if it's a CEO or managing director or anything, whether that person is clear about the targets in coming years, and whether that person cascades down the goals down the line to the department heads, and whether the department heads talk to the juniors, because in many organizations we only focus on operational things and we do not see future. We do not see risks playing around. The COVID arena is an example for us. So we need to apprehend risks. Now people are habituated with this kind of things. So lastly, HR takes care of, and in our organizations as well, we need to ensure that the people are engaged. Now, it's not a war field that people will only fight. It's a family. So we need to ensure people's engagement. They need to enjoy the workplace. They spend even more time than their family with us. So this place has to be an enjoyable place to them. For that, we need to ensure many initiatives, many dialogues, many talks, everything. We need to see that whether they are happy or not. Be that person is at the worker level or a department head. Anyone can be unhappy. Anyone can be happy. So we need to see that whether he or she is rightly guided by his supervisor, whether he or she is rightly engaged in the workplace. So these are basically major functions of HR that we take care of here. That means recruiting and selecting people and giving them the development needs. That covers the training part as well. We just do not provide the operational training. We also take care of attachment with different functions so that people learn cross-departmental activities. It is not sending someone to the one-day training outside. No, we usually conduct in-house training because we believe that on-the-job learning is more effective and sustainable. And we also hire experts from outside, but we emphasize on in-house learning as well. So the training development, that is one area. The operational part is one area. And finally, the performance issues and engagement, that is another area that we take care of here. So this is a group of factories, and we have non-RMG businesses as well. So from the group office, we have different HR unit heads placed in all the units. So we on a day-to-day basis, we check the pulse of all the people issues, whether the unit HR is properly acting on those or not. And we check data, we check different survey results. Accordingly, we take corrective measures as well before doing anything at the level of adverse level or anything. So
Okay.
just to finish with so HR being the people guardian of the organization ensures that people are motivated, engaged, and the right people are hired, and they are rightly placed and rightly skilled.
Mr. Sultan, if I want to know about the link with the other organizations, say for example, you are right now working in textile company, but previously, as I know, you work for HR of Grameenphone, HR of you are the head of HR of Meghna Bank, and some other organizations you have served. What are the differences of the functions that you are performing right now in your textile company and the functions you perform in multinational companies and banks?
Yeah. Well, different industries have different needs and orientation. So HR needs to adopt with the orientation of the industry. That means so far we talked about the manufacturing industry. That is one area and one of the biggest areas basically. Now, when we talk about the service industry, then HR's body language is a bit different. There, the audience level is different. Here we deal with the manufacturing people. There we need to deal with different kind of people, providing service to thousands and crores of people. For example, if you talk about banks and any telecom organization, they provide service to millions of people. So the service mindset is a different thing. There we need to hire people accordingly, those having the service mindset and equally skilled in their operations, as well as we focus on their development related to ensuring best services to the people. So there, for example, in RMG sector, if we talk about quality issues, it comes with clothing and everything. But in service industry, if you talk about quality issues, then it comes with how you talk with your customer, how you are behaving with them, how you are showing your body language, how you are looking at your customer. So these are thin line things that we need to take care of. So I would say that it is another context and rather more critical in dealing with those issues, because there the behavioral and leadership qualities are more prominent. Here in manufacturing sector, it is a hardcore war field. If you have right accessories in hand, if you have right workers in hand, you provide the shipment probably. But in service industry, all the business graduates from different universities, you have the people pool like that. But if they do not behave rightly, if they are not aligned towards clear vision, then they will not be able to provide equal service to the organization, to the audience, to the customers. A bank has hundreds of branches. Now we need to ensure that those 100 branches will provide equal nature of services. So service industry has a different notion, and techno-based industry has a different notion. HR needs to understand the business. HR needs to devise development solutions accordingly to build up people.
So if we sum up, that the functions usually taught there in the classroom are very common in every field, but the applications is different. Do you think that? So for example, recruitment, selection, training and development, performance appraisal, these are the general functions which usually taught to the students. But the applications are different in different, industries, manufacturing, service, technologies.
I would not say different. I would rather say it's based on the theories basically. You cannot disconnect these two things. The functions those are taught in the textbooks. The functions are not changed in the practical field. Here you will find the recruitment and selection department. You will find training department. You will find performance management department. You will find operations department taking care of salaries and everything. You'll find compensation department. Now those are not changed. The challenge is applying the theory depends on the skills of the HR society. The persons leading the HR functions, they need to create the connection of the conceptual theories and the real life application. There sometimes we create gaps. We fail to understand the need of the business. Applying one kind of theory in a different industry, that will not bring good results. So you need to mold the theory. There is the tactic of good HR people that they need to follow. When we fail to trick the theory and application field, then we say that, well, theories do not work. But actually, without theory, for example, when we manage performance, we clearly follow certain models. Different models of performance management. When we set organizational goals, there are set models in the theory, those we follow. Without those matrices, without those theories, we cannot manage performance of thousands of people. So you need to follow certain models. Where are those models? Those are in the textbooks. So there's a clear connection of textbook and real life field. Now it's your skill, the skills of the HR leaders in the society, how to connect them. So if we cannot create that connection, the theories will fail. But then application level will be on will vary based on the person's style or the person's judgment. So then the industry diversification becomes too much, then we go nowhere, basically.
So, Mr. Sultan, thank you very much for your cooperation. Maybe we can discuss more details about the functions you are doing and what we are teaching here in the classroom later.
Yes.
Maybe you're also teaching at IBA right now. Are you going to IBA?
Yes. It's my passion, basically. I have been in in attachment with different universities. I used to take courses at Jahangirnagar University. I used to take guest lectures in other private universities, and currently I'm engaged with IBA in their PGD for governments course. So I appear there as a guest lecturer to share the industry experiences.
Thank you for today. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
cooperation.
Thanks for
Talk to you
inviting me.
later, and maybe we'll invite you here in Bangladesh University or Textiles and involve you in our program to teach the students the
Sure.
practical issues.
Sure, that would be a pride for me if Botex feels that I can be of any good work in any of their initiatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.